Yo, what's up, guys? The winter patch notes are here for Street Fighter 6. We're going to be breaking down every single character, as well as adding my own thoughts on if it affected anything on the tier list and some wish list notes. Today, we're going to be covering Guile, and of course, that means we're going to need a special guest here. Mir, welcome. Thanks for joining me.
Hey, that's me. Hello.
All right. Are
Hello,
you ready
everyone.
for these notes or lack thereof?
What do you mean?
Okay. All right, let's. I'll start by reading the adjustment summary, and Mir, you can give the translation to that. Okay. All right.
There's not much to translate anyway.
Yeah. You can translate in English for us. Adjustment summary. During the overall balance adjustment, we reduced the amount of gauge used by Guile's Overdrive Sonic Cross.
So it used to be 2 bars and then another 2 bars.
Yeah.
But instead what they did is that they made it 2 plus 1. So it's only 3 bars. So that you can use it as an alternative to doing a drive rush combo. Because it has wall splat potential if you do that.
But opportunities to use it and its follow-up attack was limited, so we made adjustments for those. Combo ability is now more practical, and with more opportunities to use it is now a better option to opt for when looking for a good ROI. Okay, so first change. Spinning back knuckle, forward heavy punch. Change drive gauge increase from 3,000 to 5,000.
Let's go!
Okay, so Guile's forward heavy punch. I mean, new players love this button, but it's very dangerous because the opponent can crouch it, and
Right.
you're very minus.
Well, the thing about it that probably the way you would want to use it is that, like you mentioned, this attack can be crouched.
Yeah.
So the way that I prefer to use it, because it is plus some block in this game and moves Guile forward, is if an opponent is parrying a fireball, you can force them to basically eat a forward heavy punch for free.
Okay.
And this is particularly useful if during level 2, because they might be eating a bunch of mini booms, and you know that they're not parrying, and then they are forced to eat the forward heavy punch.
Right.
So, and that makes sense on block, right? Because it's plus on block, and it does a good chunk of drive damage. But, I mean, on hit, it was like whatever, you get lights. So I guess getting a little bit of extra gauge is fine, but it's like a notice me buff. It's like, hey, this move exists, please use it.
It's too dangerous though. It whiffs on crouchers, Mir.
Yeah, this is for combos. Like straight up is just for combos.
Yeah.
There's no other way that I would justify this, because you don't use it in neutral. Like it's a move that pro players never use.
Yeah, I mean, in combos, it's cool. Like the level 2 setups, like you were talking about, it moves him forward, causes corner carry, and at least you'll gain some drive meter back. So it is a pretty big chunk, though. I'm looking at the top of the screen.
Yeah,
It's pretty
5,000
beefy.
is half a bar.
Yeah, it's pretty beefy, dude. All right, cool.
Well, at least if you land it, you'll be happy that you did.
Yeah. Okay, and the last change.
Yeah, we're going through these so fast.
I know, man. OD Sonic Cross, increase wall splat time by 3 frames on hit. Man, isn't this the new combo that no one uses?
Yeah, so I was looking at it in training mode, right, to see if this enabled any specific combo, but I'm not quite sure yet. I mean, when you're cornered, or sorry, when the opponent is cornered, you can do stuff like, say, back heavy punch into OD Sonic Cross into OD Sonic Boom, and you get the wall splat that way because it all combos, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you can combo into a flash kick, of course, having more wall splat makes it easier. You can do drive rush forward the heavy punch, which unfortunately doesn't refund any gauge, so it's not like you can combine the 2 buffs together, but that's new.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, and then you do a flash kick.
You can do a flash kick, I want to see.
It's just more convenient. I wouldn't say that this is a real buff. It's like, again, it's a notice me buff. It's like, hey, we did this combo, please use it.
Even before Higuchi is just styling with this non-stop. He's like in the lab right now, just going nuts.
I find all of this pretty interesting is just that I made a comment about this last time we were talking about our balance changes and where we thought Capcom's headspace was.
Yeah.
And I honestly just think that they feel like Guile is like in that spot that they want him to be, and they just don't want to change it. Straight up is just.
Yeah. It really does show that he is in a good spot. So in my notes, Mir, I didn't write much for Guile, but I pretty much said that he's in a good spot where he's in the top 10-ish. He's regarded as high tier. He's a character that absolutely mauls mid-tier characters and low-tier characters. but he has some problem matchups that keep him in check. In Season 1, it was JP, and now in Season 2, it is definitely Bison. So
yeah, and JP is coming back too. So.
And JP is coming back. Spoilers. Meta-wise, Guile's in a good spot though. He's still got his Fireball, Drive Rush. He's still a very scary character, whether he's close or far away, because of his slow, fast recovering Sonic Booms. He's got a really good flowchart too, with Drive Rush low or into overhead. So all that is great, but these changes will definitely not move Guile down or up. They're just...
Yeah, no, they're non-changes. More or less, like, these are 2 changes to attacks that are never used. So, again, like I said, it's more like a notice me buff.
Yeah, yeah.
As that they're slowly making them a little, you know, like a little better every time, and maybe eventually they'll be good enough.
Yeah.
You just don't want them to change too much, basically.
Yeah. Guile also has some fantastic supers, too. I think his level 1 has got a lot of excellent utility to it. And his level 3 as an anti. Yeah, it better be. Well, say that to Honda's level 2, bro. So, Mir, did you write up any wishlist notes or anything off the top of your head you would like to add or see for Guile in the future here?
I mean, the thing that I mentioned is that I understand that they want him to be more or less in this spot. So the only thing that I could wish for, and this is difficult to apply to Guile because it's such a simple character as far as his special moves are concerned, is just you know, like more variety in combos and things like that, right? It was a good step forward to basically try to give you an alternative to Drive Rush, in the sense of instead of spending 3 bars on a Drive Rush, you spend 3 bars on OD Sonic Cross into Sonic Blade into the OD Sonic Boom.
Yeah.
So that's a good step in the right direction, but I feel like it needs a little bit more. That's mostly it, really. I mean, I'm happy that the character is balanced, really, but obviously as a player, I would love to see some change just for the sake of change, to get some new tools, some fun stuff to do, right?
Yeah, because winning is so boring, right?
I was gonna say, it's just the fact that if they accidentally overbuff him by giving him something that is, you know, really cool, then obviously there's the risk that then they're gonna have to nerf him afterwards, or we just have Guile running rampant as a top tier for the rest of the game, which I don't know if Capcom thinks is healthy. So I'd rather just, you know, like, them keep it fairly subdued and just give some fun new tool. That's all, really.
Can you level 1 up to wall spot? Let me check for you, bro.
Well, the problem with doing it mid-screen is that you get a wall splat, but when you do the Drive Rush, you move forward.
We go. I think with Season 3 coming up, Mir, I don't think Guile's notes are going to be that extensive. I think they're going to continue the trend of just kind of doing the Notice Me buffs and change some stuff, but I think Guile is one of those characters that's just in a really good spot, so he doesn't really need to be taken a look at.
Yeah, my guess is that if they do make a big change to some of the universal mechanics with the next season, then maybe Guile will need to be adjusted, right? Because maybe something that he relies on gets nerfed or buffed, and he becomes too weak or too powerful.
Yeah.
And they're gonna go from there. But yeah, I would expect for the first patch that there's not gonna be any major changes.
All right, cool. Let us know in the comments below, what do you think of these Guile changes or lack thereof? Did you guys want him to be nerfed, or you guys want more notes? Let us know, and we'll see what happens with Season 3. We'll continue to go through all the characters. Every character received patch. And thanks for joining me, Mir, for your insight.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, I knew so much about this.
All right, goodbye, YouTube.
Bye-bye.